metropolitan cities, but it's really cool. It's been really fun.
You like it in Boise?
I do. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the weather been like lately?
What's it like out there?
Is it kind of similar to what we've been experiencing here?
It's like the best I can explain it. It's a dry desert. So you have it's like Bend, and so it's been like 50s and 60s lately, which is not how it typically is. But it's either sunny and cold in the winter or it's snowing.
Wow.
It's like
it's kind of nice.
Oh, it's kind of cool.
It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I like the dryness.
Sunny and cold.
Yeah, I like a good 20-degree crisp, but sun's out. That's cool, man.
Yeah.
You a Broncos fan now?
No, I'm a Seahawks fan. Seahawks for life, baby. I grew up in Seattle. So, yeah. My UW Huskies, I played soccer in college, and my UW Huskies just won the national championship tonight.
Nice.
First time ever.
Wow.
They just beat NC State. Yeah, pretty cool. That was pretty cool. That was fun.
That's money, baby.
All right.
I think we're ready to rock and roll.
Brew Happy!
We're the longest running beer podcast in the Pacific Northwest. Why wouldn't they be listening to us?
So many different beers! I got you something really good and really delicious.
Oh my God.
You listen to the Brew Happy show, so do I. Do it.
It's not about the beer. It's about the beer.
Oh yeah, that's Brew Happy.
That's right. This is the Brew Happy Weekly podcast, and you are listening to the voice of beer. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are at Function PDX here in Northwest in the Pearl District of Northwest Portland, Oregon, and we got a special treat for you guys today. We have the owner of this fine establishment with two awesome locations that we love to frequently visit each month, and his name is Casey Armstrong. How you doing, Casey?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and of course we're joined by my awesome co-host, Fat Josh.
Hello, beer drinkers.
And the lovely and incomparable Green Goddess Botanic.
Well, hi, everybody.
Hi.
Hey.
So Casey, thank you. We gotta start off with a prost for you for opening this awesome place. Now, how you gotta remind me? It seems like this place has always been here. I know it hasn't. Tell me how long this place has been here. We're at the OG location too.
Yeah, I mean we're technically upstairs at the remodeled non-OG location, but yes,
this
OG,
used to be a boutique where we're sitting.
Yeah, my wife's boutique actually.
Oh,
yeah. So we opened downstairs in 2017. Wow. So we are 8+ years strong.
Yeah.
At the original
Very nice.
Function PDX.
That's pretty rad.
July of 2017.
Yeah.
Is that boutique still running too?
No, the quick version is that she shut down right after COVID, started doing more styling things, and then we found an opportunity to be like, hey, why don't we just make this another piece of our bar? So we did that.
Very cool.
She was very supportive of that, so which is always amazing.
Yeah, that's a really great idea. So you guys, you got a tap room downstairs. We have a little tap room up here, a lot of seating, and it extends into the back patio.
Yeah, so we basically use this upstairs in Northwest 23rd as an event space for the most part. I mean, we do have our 4 taps that we added here. When we have overflow, it's a great spot for people to sit. It's always open for seating when we're open downstairs, but we don't typically have a bartender up here. So it's more of like like we host anywhere from 20 to 40 people up here, holiday parties, etc. And it's been pretty wild.
It's a totally great spot.
Yeah.
So we don't go in to help ourselves here, right? Pouring beer.
You know what? We tried that.
We haven't been, just so you know. We're always very polite. We go downstairs and we get the server.
Yeah, it's funny because when we looked at opening Function back in 2017, I was like, I really want to do a craft beer bar. But I was also working at Pabst Blue Ribbon at the time.
What?
A little known fact. So I was working at PBR, and I was like, why don't we have in the corner some random serve yourself PBR keg? Turns out you can't do that in Oregon. I was in Denver, and I don't remember this place. This was before, I think it was Barlow's in Vancouver that did it, maybe. Over the last 5 years or so. But I remember being in Denver and being like, you just get a wristband, you scan your own self pour, and
heard
you can't do it in Oregon. But I was like, that would have been really cool just to have like this dope craft beer bar, and
That
then you
is
have
cool.
PBR just like
What, like
hanging out.
Oregonians aren't, like they can't regulate themselves? Like we can't pour our own beer and we can't pump our own gas? Like
We're
what?
not responsible
Maybe.
enough.
We can't regulate it.
Maybe. But yeah, we have the OLCC, and we actually did an episode with Emily from the OLCC a few months back. She was super informative, and I was saying like it's kind of loosey goosey down there in Florida. So when I moved here, it was a really strange change of pace to have to get a license to do something I've been doing. Since I turned 21, I've been a bartender for a long time. So I was just like, this is stupid. I hate this, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But the longer you're in the industry, the more you run into people that need
I
to
think
be
that's
regulated.
it. No. You could just end it, period, after people. You run into people.
You run
period.
into people. And yeah. Some people,
People just have maybe a hard time self-regulating.
Yeah, some people just ruin it for the rest of us, and that's why we have rules. and so you got awesome people in the industry that are always looking out for us. They're keeping an eye on how much we're being served, and how much alcohol we're taking, and if we're eating food, that's a factor as well. And I think it's very considered. The whole concept has grown on me the longer that I've been in the industry, and it's actually pretty cool. I think there definitely should be licensing in Florida for that kind of thing. But
It's Florida.
I don't want to make the rules. I'm not
Florida
a rule-
man cannot be contained, okay? Just saying.
Yeah, how are the alligators going to get drunk if they can't go pour themselves a beer?
Yeah, fair.
Is there a lot of those bars that you use a risk in Boise? What do you call it?
It's like
The wristband?
like
Yeah.
self-serve that's not legal in Boise either.
Oh, it's not legal.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, Idaho, you cannot do that. Idaho is very, they have interesting regulations. Like from a beer, wine, cider perspective, it's fairly open, but from like a liquor, like distilled spirits perspective, it's very much so.
Wow.
A lot like Montana actually too, which is like they only give a certain amount of licenses per county per capita, and so like those things go on the black market. I mean, it's wild. It's like the wild, wild west when you're trying to get like an actual liquor license in a place like Idaho or Montana. But like they still don't. They're very regulated.
Okay.
But they also like they're also not in a way. Like they have like canned cocktails, like that you can just serve in your bar, like 12% that are like beer. So it's like it's very interesting. I think they're still trying to. I think honestly, I really enjoy living in Idaho, which maybe the listeners do or do not know that I do now. But it's a little bit of the Wild Wild West out there.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of flying the plane as they build it type mentality.
Yeah.
In the liquor industry, I think there's a lot of food and beverage folks coming from California, Oregon, Washington that are kind of changing the perception a little bit, which is challenging them to figure it out.
Yeah.
Which I think is pretty cool.
It's like the infusion of people in the beer industry and the restaurants into your community there, and so you're having to bring what you've learned and also adapt to their style of doing things.
Yeah.
Stamp transplants, changing everything.
Oh yeah.
We kind of love that though,
I
Yeah.
love it, man.
as transplants ourselves.
Many hands make short work, but they also make things great.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make things awesome.
Yeah, I remember coming to Portland in 2006, and it was just like, different than going to Idaho in 2025 or 4, I guess, when I moved there. But like, yeah, same kind of like energy. Like a lot of people just seeing this cool city that Portland is still, but that in the early 2000s, it was like mass people just being like, this place fucking rules.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
It was definitely a little bit of a different animal. But,
Anyways, we digress.
Yeah.
And also,
things change.
this place fucking rules.
Oh yeah.
The place we're sitting.
Speaking of changes, so you guys expanded not that long ago, and we've been featuring your Northeast location for the past year, and we have really appreciated being able to hop back and forth once or twice a month from one place to the other, and for those fans just tuning in, Function PDX has a very unique concept that involves partnering with renowned breweries nationwide, and they effectively transform their space into a tap room to embody the spirit of each brewery's hometown location. And they do this 1 month at a time. So every month they change things up, and they have 2 different places, and they feature 2 different breweries. And one brewery will be featured more prominently at one place rather than the other, and vice versa. And Casey and the 2 locations take immense pride in collaborating with some of the finest breweries in the country, some of them more than once that we've been able to enjoy. And it contributes to the vibrant Oregon beer and beverage community from a very refreshing perspective. I'm cheating because I'm reading right off of your website here. But I like to read that each time we visit your spot to let people know what the concept is. It's very succinct, what you guys have here on your about page. And it's very concise. So I was just wondering, you guys have had quite the journey. You started out in the basement of this building here, and it used to be when you guys first started out, I remember you were doing like a different brewery each week. Yeah. And then it was once a month, and then it was 2 breweries a month, and then you had 2 different places. Mm-hmm. So it's been this whole concept has grown and evolved in progression. And I want to say, I might be remembering this incorrectly, but didn't you do like have a work in branding in some respects before you started all of this, and that's why it's so easy for you to, well, maybe not easy, but why you're so talented at making this transition every month between brands?
Thank you for that. I don't even know why I'm here after that, recap of what Function is, but
He's just a super fan.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing.
We love this spot.
Dude, I really appreciate that. I appreciate your guys' commitment to what Function does, and I'll take that for
Thank
sure.
you for hosting us, man.
Yes,
Really
of course.
appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for coming.
That's amazing.
Yeah, something that I heard from what you were just saying is that, doing a new brewery every week, that is like such an ambitious goal. That is a lot of work. It's almost like you just eased into this new schedule where you can have balance, because bringing 2 breweries in per month and having one featured more prominently at each location, you can just like settle into the feeling of that brewery and that beer for a little while. I like this concept that you're at right now.
Yeah, I was delivering beer back when you started doing this, and it was an amazing concept to me at the time. Like every week, really? Oh my God! Every time I'd swing by, I'd be like, wow, the doors, the walls, the glassware, the coasters, everything is different. I can't believe that's such a turnaround.
Yeah, we took and I was still, I think I was just telling you guys off before we got on, but I was working full time in corporate life too. At that point, I was working for PBR.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were saying.
And so we were working with local, which made it easier. We were working, I think one of our, we worked with Von Ebert, we worked with Breakside, we worked with Grains of Wrath. We were just kind of bringing in some of these local great breweries. Yeah. Some of these local breweries that we could have easier access to. Uh-huh. And then in March of 2019, we worked with Freem.
Yeah.
And it was we typically did somewhere between 7 and 12 days. And Freem was like, we're going to have enough beer for 8 days. We're like, cool, we'll do an 8-day pop-up.
Okay.
Lindsay Allen, who's one of the most amazing people in the beverage industry here in Oregon, or a lot of people a lot of places I've been and met. She was a sales rep, maybe sales manager. Sorry, Lindsay, if I'm misrepresenting, but she was in sales, and she was like, I'm going to get you guys, we're launching our Vienna Lager, and you guys can have it.
Oh, I love one of those.
This. And it was cool, we're going to launch Vienna Lager at our little bar in Portland with Freem, who's an hour plus away. And it was fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And we ran out of beer within 5 days. And she was just like, I can't get you more beer. And I was like, well, okay, well, what are we doing? She's like, I don't know. And so we went through over the next about 9 months-ish. We started just doing these 7 to 10 day pop-ups. Okay. And then we had the entirety of 2020 booked out. And then we all know what happened in 2020. But it was still these week-long things. I wasn't.
Womp.
Yeah, I know, right? Buzzkill. I wasn't going outside of like Washington, because I was like, I know I can get beer quick, 7 days. And then we went through COVID, we went through the pandemic, as we all did in different fashions. This industry was obviously impacted and still is to this day, greatly. And it was just like coming out of that. So I started road beers and I was doing like the beer delivery thing. And then like coming out of that, I was like, we just need some consistency. And you alluded to this a little bit, Damien, like my brand side of me was like, I want to like dive into these brands more. Like a week only gives us a shipment from a brewery, you know? We had 6 taps downstairs at that point. So we could only kind of like have some fun for a couple of days. And then like when that beer was gone, that beer was gone. And I was like, I want to like think about all the breweries that we've known and loved, like especially nowadays, they're launching 4 to 6 beers a week.
Yeah.
Especially during that time.
Yeah.
Like they're canning everything. It was like fucking, you know, go for it.
And from a sales side, you know, as many bars and tap rooms as you can get your beer, your label, your brand into, the better.
Yeah.
So doing these pop-ups, it was a fantastic opportunity, especially for the local market.
Totally. And so we just was like, it was part of me was that consistency, and people wanted some sort of like normalcy, and like our week-long things were maybe a little too like, you know, I don't know, buzzing for people.
I think you have this great idea and you're diving into it, and then it just evolves over time.
Yeah, and it did. It naturally did. Like we kicked off with Alvarado Street in May of 2021.
I remember that,
which is the month we came out of closing down bars and restaurants. 4 days before we opened, we got so we had just the downstairs, and you mentioned the patio, which we have still, but it was like technically connected to my wife's boutique.
Okay.
So we could use it, but like, it was kind of like that gray area.
Right.
You know, like people are drinking back there. We're like,
on the property, but yeah.
So we were, and then like 4 days before we were going to open with Alvarado Street, the mandate came out that no one could sit inside. Again, it opened back in April. It opened up. Yeah, it opened up in April, and then it shut.
Crazy. They kept changing their mind.
Oh man, for a different episode. And then, and so I was like, at that point, we were like 4 days from opening, and I was just like, fuck it, we're just gonna go for it. And so we just told people that if you were inside, you had to be in line to order a beer.
Right.
And so everyone our place, we had people drinking on the fucking sidewalk.
Right.
Like at a cake, just cracking beers.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so not legal.
I know.
But I was like,
how are you supposed to
but I'm
run
like, guess
business,
what?
though,
I'm
right?
like, guess what? You know what? Shut me down then. You've already shut me down.
Yeah.
Shut me down again.
Yeah, I
It
dare
was-
you. I double dog dare
It was
you.
the real Wild Wild
It
West.
was. It was crazy, dude. It was crazy. So, you know, anyways, that kind of kicked us off into how we look today.
Yeah.
To a degree, outside of, you already mentioned, like, you know, we opened another location. Now we're featuring 2 breweries, but like that month-long thing felt really good.
Right.
It felt like we could dive into a brand.
Yeah.
It felt like we could, like, you know, I could spend a little less time on like always working on what was next, and like sit for a second and enjoy like the, you know, the people, our customers enjoying the brands that we're bringing in. So
Yeah.
As you're owning a business, it's not always about working. I mean, because you're already working so hard in so many elements. So like finding this easeful way of showcasing these breweries is really it's like an elevated step, I think.
Yeah, and I think it speaks for your talent towards innovation to be able to reach into different drawers of your toolbox in order to adapt and,
God, man, you made
persevere.
it through the pandemic. Like, if you can make it through the pandemic, you can make it through anything.
I know, man.
Truly.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Road Beers was a labor of love.
Yeah.
It was great. We so Steven, I'll have to give a shout out to, you guys have met Steven. He works for Function. He's been with me for 4 years now. That guy moved from Utah, and like literally we were delivering beers. Like my commitment during the pandemic was like, you order beer, you're getting it the same day. And Steven drove his Subaru from Utah
God.
to Portland, walked into our place.
That poor little car.
Oh, dude, I don't even know. You'd have to put Steven on and figure out how many miles he put on that thing. But like he was just driving back. We used downstairs as a little like warehouse essentially, and we were just buying beer. People were placing orders online. We were just delivering it. And then we started partnering. Then we started partnering with breweries from around town. We were like their Uber Eats of beer. So they'd get their orders. Steven would go pick it up.
Oh my God.
And then deliver it. I mean, it was, and I was like, the craziest thing, and I'll say this, was I don't think I understood how many miles is in a diameter. Because I was like, oh, we'll just do like a 15-mile radius of Portland. And I was like, dude, that's like Gresham.
That seems totally logical. As someone who doesn't really understand radiuses either.
I am such an idiot. He was like, I'm still on the road. I'm like, why? He's like, because I did Gresham, and then and I'm not Amazon. I didn't have like a system that was like, here's your best route. I was like, I don't know. Here's 6 orders, bro. Like,
go figure it out. Yeah, yeah.
That guy's a G.
It's crazy. But,
he was one of the reasons we made it through COVID. I'll be honest, 100%. Like that
maybe
guy.
we should do a cheers.
We'll do a cheers.
Steven.
Yes, Steven. He is the main bartender at Alberta to this day.
Oh yeah,
that guy's a G.
But actually, we never talked about the beer we're drinking.
Oh yeah, we haven't. We do have the beer menu available for downstairs. I'm going to talk about my beer first because I just finished it and I'm going to need a new one pretty soon. Okay, so. We got the Damned Coffee Cacao Porter, and by Adroit Theory. Rich malt forward flavored
Adroit Theory, that is so cool.
On Cubano roast and coffee and cacao nibs. Now.
It's actually called the Revenge of the Damned.
Okay.
And I'm only saying that.
That wouldn't fit on the menu.
It wouldn't fit on the menu. So I had to put because to go back to me being an idiot, my dumb ass thought that we could just fit everything on the menu. When you do a digital menu, you can't. So it's called Revenge of the Damned. It is a coffee and cacao porter from Adroit Theory at a Purcellville.
They told
Virginia.
me that downstairs
tell us a little bit about Adroit Theory. Usually, what I do is I have like a little web. I bring up the web page and I read off their about page a little bit of information about them. But you probably already know.
I mean, honestly, like Adroit Theory was someone that contacted us that I didn't know a ton about. And what Adroit Theory does is they kind of act as, let's call it a ghost brewery.
Okay.
They have their own location, but they really lean into this idea that they're only brewing something once or maybe once a year.
What?
And so like they call their batches ghost batches. And so like if you look on their Untapped or if you look at a lot of their, information, it's hard to find information about some of their beers because they very rarely brew the same beer twice.
Interesting.
And if they do, they are doing different they're doing different recipes.
That's cool.
Well, that works for me because I'm terrible at keeping up with Untapped.
Totally, dude. It's crazy. So like the
drink
Revenge
the
of the
beer.
Damned, from my understanding, has been brewed a couple times from what they've done, but they've done it differently every time.
So it's a fan favorite, but they like to change it up a little bit.
They have one beer that used to be called Rosemary's Baby.
Oh.
And now it's called Adroit Theory's Baby because of some pushback. And that's like a sour that it's rosemary and lemonade that they have brewed multiple times.
Oh, I love lemonade.
Yeah. And outside of that, though, like a lot of their things are just either one-offs or
that's a really
lots
cool
of
concept.
times before.
Okay.
Or in between, that they actually brew it.
Now, is Adroit Theory...
No, Adroit.
No and.
Adroit?
No and. Yeah,
Adroit.
no and.
Adroit.
Adroit.
Yeah, so it actually means clever or skillful. So, yeah. Someone who is adroit is clever or skillful.
Okay.
Not me.
Adroit Theory.
It's really cool. Their label is giving me it's almost like a military Punisher vibe.
Dude, it's so
on
crazy.
Their label. I like
Someone
it.
asked me earlier, like, what do you see when you see that label? And or that brand, I was like, Punisher.
Isn't that weird?
It's so Punisher. The skull is so Punisher.
I really like it though, but there's it's not just the Punisher because there's like these stripes down the side and then this element on top. It almost looks like an eagle with the star.
It reminds me
really
a little
like
of
it.
one of the Brew Happy T-shirt runs we did with
In Beer We Trust.
In Beer We Trust. Yeah, I'll have to do those again. But yeah, and then so is Adroit Theory the premiere at this location or at the Northeast location?
So with this one, short answer, Adroit Theory was at the beginning of this month more featured here.
Okay.
Ghost Town from Oakland was more featured at Northeast. Since then, though, Adroit Theory, we got as much as we could from them, and so we're kind of starting to run out. And
So you're sharing kegs.
Yeah, so Ghost Town is very much so kind of taking over both locations.
Okay.
And we have another shipment from Ghost Town landing this week at Day One Distributing, which will get some new fresh beer. But
We love Day One. We got to give them a shout out.
yeah, we do got to give them a shout out. Big fan.
Yeah. Robbie Rhoda, you the man. I need more beer.
Yeah, you do.
Me too.
And so, anyways, Adroit Theory started here. We're really just kind of like
Thanks, babe.
the two brands, and this is one of those things that we have, and not to keep you from getting more beer, but just to kind of to pump into this point a little bit. When we opened the two locations, really what we wanted to do was like find two complementary breweries that did just that. They complement each other, and this Ghost Town and Adroit Theory, like, and next month, which we can get into, we just announced our 2026 first 5 months.
Oh, we will.
But
Second half.
This month is really that. I mean, like, Ghost Town crushes West Coast IPAs. Like, clear beer central. I mean, their Geisterfaust German Pilsner, which we have downstairs, is fantastic. But they any West Coast IPA you ever have from Ghost Town is going to be delicious. And then you have Adroit Theory over here that does double, triple Hazys, Revenge of the Dam, which you're drinking, Damien. And I'm drinking their Information Overdose, which is a Schwartz beer, which has been a great beer.
I do love a Schwartz beer.
So, anyways, a very complimentary kind of like aspect of the two breweries coming together. So, anyways,
Very nice.
Yeah, that's
That was
awesome.
very cool. Well, what were you drinking, Josh?
I just finished the Hellas, which I asked Damien to take a picture because I forgot. You got it right there.
it's a Hellas Awaits.
Hellas
from-
Awaits,
yeah,
and it's from
Ghost Town.
Ghost Town.
Yep.
Okay.
4.9%.
Just came back from Germany and Munich, and it was going around town trying all different Hellas they have available. During Oktoberfest too, so
Nice.
it was pretty cool.
Yeah. Their Hellas Awaits is one of their flagship beers that they do a lot of. We had it last year when we had Ghost Town in town, and great beer.
Okay, I got to read the description.
Oh, dude, the descriptions are fantastic.
Okay, so the light. This is one of the things I love about this this spot. They're usually very concise or in some way amusing. And this hits. So the light and bright savior needed for the dark, heavy times ahead. Try to remember life already sucked before this week. So Josh, you picked a good one.
Oh man, my day got better after I finished this.
I can tell. You got a big smile on your face. So,
Oh, boy.
compared to my 7.8 percent beer, you're doing pretty good there.
I chose the deepest, darkest imperial coffee stout called Breakfast on Tap. It's from Burgeon Brewing.
I was gonna have that one next, but you just gave me a sip.
I gave you a
and I'm
sip of it.
Oh my god, that's
It is the
dank.
one and only beer I think I'm having tonight because it's a 13%. And Burgeon is from Southern California. And I noticed quite a few breweries you bring up here are from like the Southern California area.
It's probably easier to distribute from there.
Yeah, it's easy, and also like selfishly, not to like give out a secret, but there's a lot of California people.
Oh yeah,
that live in Oregon.
that's true.
So when you bring California beer in here, it typically does pretty well.
That's just smart marketing.
Yeah.
I'm one of those
Down
people.
to it,
But
yeah.
Burgeon and there does not exist. It was in October, and they were both so fantastic.
That's a
Really?
13% beer,
I
Bronwyn.
told you that already.
Wow. Aged
Yeah.
for 46 months in wild turkey bourbon barrels, dripping with booze, chocolate, and maple.
It's really good. It's very syrupy, but it's not thick. It's sweet, but it's not too sweet.
Yeah.
It's boozy, but it's not too boozy. Like, it's just a really nice balance.
Yeah.
And so Burgeon, they have three or four locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, perhaps, down there in Southern California. So that's really cool.
Yeah.
I really enjoy being able to taste beer from other places.
Yeah, right on. And Casey, you were drinking a Schwartz beer, which I think I might need to get that next.
Yeah,
That
it's pretty great.
looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
and it's 4%.
Information Overdose, the only lager that Adroit Theory sent us, and it's been great.
It is.
Been enjoying it.
It does sound good. It's got chocolate, dark coffee paired with a deceptively light body. Nice.
Now you guys have some taps upstairs as well. You have 4 drafts, but I've noticed you only have one on right at the moment, and it's a hard ginger beer, which I almost never see.
Yeah.
I have seen it, but it's been a while and it's very infrequent. Again, by Adroit Theory. It's 5.7%. This thing is inspired by ginger beers. This ale is designed to satisfy those who love ginger, spice, plus a buzz.
It
Yeah,
almost seems
you
like
know
we
what?
should taste that.
And I'll be completely honest with you, I have no idea. I haven't tried it yet.
Maybe
So
we should taste
maybe we should
it.
just pour some
Just
tasters.
like a
and-
tiny
why
little
not?
sip
Yeah.
of it.
Let's give it a shot.
Seems kind of festive for the season too.
Yeah. I think that would be appropriate, and I think this is a good time to
Break.
have a break.
You guys need to
and
re-up on your beer.
Refill our glasses. So
Apparently no more for Bronwyn, though, right?
Maybe I'll taste
okay.
it. I'm actually curious about Solus,
Yeah, let's
that
try it
hard
out.
ginger beer.
Yeah.
But I think other than that, I'm good.
Okay.
It's pretty boozy.
All right. Well, beer fans, we do have some words from our friends in the beer industry to listen to, as well as a little bit of Brew Happy tunes. And we're going to have a really good time with Casey Armstrong here from Function PDX. And we're going to hear more about beer and another location coming soon. Be right back with some more beer. Cheers.
Hey, it's Casey Armstrong from Function, and you're listening to the Brew Happy Show.
I'm Logan Schertz from Function, and you're listening to the Brew Happy Show.
Beer mongers. Where in this urban jungle can I find a decent craft beer?
Look, what's that off in the distance?
Distance? What distance? We're so conveniently located at Southeast 11th Avenue.
Beer mongers, bottle shop and tap room. Oh no, what's that?
Don't worry, that's just Damien rooting around in our extensive selection.
So many different beers!
Beer mongers, bottle shop and tap room.
For more information, visit thebeermongers.com or check out our social media.
I'm Chelsea with Function PDX, and you're listening to the Brew Happy Show.
Hey, it's Casey Armstrong from Function, and you're listening to the Brew Happy Show.
That's right. You are still listening to the Brew Happy Show weekly podcast, and I'm still the voice of beer, and we are still with Casey Armstrong, the owner and proprietor of this fine establishment, not just one, but two convenient locations here in the Portland area. But I think we might learn a little something more about a possible third location with our friends here, Josh and Bronwyn. As well as you out there in the Bruniverse. Is that right, or am I speaking out of turn, Casey?
You could be speaking out of turn, but you're still right. Yeah,
I'm just excited.
I know. So am I. We are to the short answer, and I don't have a long answer for this.
That's okay.
But we are in the process of buying and building a place in just outside of Boise, Idaho.
That's fantastic.
Cheers.
Yes.
And it's going to be the same concept.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Oh,
Cheers.
yeah.
Cheers. Yes, I've said this in the past, and like the one thing that we haven't done here in Portland and in Oregon especially over the last 4 years or so when we did the whole month-long stuff starting in 2021, is really celebrate the Oregon brewing scene. And I think that's what's made us, different and enjoyable, etc. But what I really am looking forward to in Idaho is really focusing on the Oregon brew scene.
Yeah.
So how do we take our concept here in Portland, where we feature breweries outside of Oregon, do the same thing in Idaho, but obviously really lean into what's happening here in Oregon? I think that's just going to be it's going to make me feel good.
Is Idaho ready for Function?
Idaho is clamoring for this.
All right.
And they're not ready because they're not going to realize. I mean, you find fantastic breweries like Great Notion and Freem, in your grocery stores. You find those. You see people. There's this guy. His name's Mark, and I can't remember his brand, so I apologize. But he lives in Idaho, and he brings Oregon beer into Idaho on a keg by keg basis. He brings Threshold and I've seen Irrelevant, I've seen Trapdoor, so obviously Oregon and Washington, some random beers in, but Idaho is clamoring for this scene, and I cannot wait for it.
What was the main reason for you moving? I mean, you got all these going on here.
Yeah.
What was the main reason
for
moving?
How much time you got? So people that know me well know that I have a beautiful wife, Chelsea, and I have 3 young boys, 9, 6, and 4 now. And our main reason for leaving for moving, I should say, was just to live in a different place for our family. We wanted to raise our family in a different location. I've been here since 2006. My wife's been here since 2010. And it was just time for us to leave.
Okay.
And I know that the long game was probably the best chance for my boys to have, the life that they really like. We were talking about this earlier, and not to get into it, but I'm going to get into it. To go outside and run around and then come home when it gets dark.
Yeah, like when we were growing up.
When we grew up. And my boys needed that. And that's the main reason. Yeah.
Very nice.
And also we picked Idaho because as Steven just joined us, Steven Jones just joined us, he understands this, that area, the Utah, Idaho, even Montana to a degree is the beverage scene is just ready to rock. And obviously there's legal shit in the Utahs of the world that kind of get in the way a little bit.
Let's feed them beer.
But we need this is the spot. And so Idaho ended up kind of I guess, checking the boxes of the family side of it, but also the business side of it.
Yeah.
And so that's why we went there.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's slower paced for a more appropriate family setting, but also thirsty for
absolutely
something different.
Yeah, most definitely.
Steven, let's raise our glass to you, my friend, as we did earlier on the show. We really do appreciate all the hard work that you put into making Function PDX happen, especially through a global plague, I guess, is what we all shared and went through. I was also delivering beers for Uptown Beer Company out in Beaverton, so I was doing a lot of that. I empathize with you on the beer delivery side.
Yeah, to bring Steven in,
trying to figure out all of that.
I told I told the crew how Steven came in, was our road beers delivery driver for 10 hours a day. Just how many miles that he put on his fucking Subaru is insane.
I was new to Portland. It was a great way to get to know the city. It was awesome.
So positive.
You're that is a very optimistic way to look
positive.
at it.
I love it.
And you were using your own. I had the company van. I offered to use my truck, but they already had a van. You were using your Subaru.
Yeah, they were taking care of me. They were, I was getting paid on my mileage and stuff, so it's not like I was,
Word.
fully paying for my own gas and all that. But
yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Cool. What's your favorite part about working at Function PDX?
Oh, just the breweries rolling through. I, already love beer and feel like I had a pretty good grasp on the industry, but the ongoing, just every month being like inundated with all these amazing breweries, and it's you think you know what's new and fresh, and then someone comes in and is like, no, we got the next thing, we got the next thing, we got the next thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm always on like, one step ahead and seeing what everybody's doing, not just here in Portland,
right,
but all around the country.
Right. Yeah. That is definitely something I think unique that Function PDX brings to the table.
Absolutely.
It's a way, here in Portland, especially here in Portland, we get it's easy to get myopic and just, really focus in on how spoiled we are with the hops and the grains, and and we have the terrain for both in different areas of the state, and we have great water, and so we have a plethora of different breweries to choose from in this region. But there is other things going on in other parts of the country, and other, south of us, north of us, east of us. And so it's great to have a place that not only just welcomes that, but encourages that and invites those aspects into our purview.
Absolutely. And it's good to see, like, more difficult communities where, like, it's harder to make beer there.
Yeah.
Like Wren House, who we had last month.
I love Wren House.
Challenging water situation. Desert
Really?
water's not good water. I mean, they don't have a lot of it to begin with.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've ever been to, if you've been in Vegas and drank the tap water. It's not good tap water.
If John was here, he would definitely be
Yeah.
agreeing with you.
It's a rough place to be starting with beer. Your main number one ingredient's water. And when you don't have good water, you're fighting an uphill battle.
Yeah. I think the champion.
I think that that's one thing that we in Oregon don't give enough credit to.
Oh, the water. Yeah.
I mean, it's like
we have the Bull Run Mountain Reservoir coming
Yeah.
right into the city.
It just funnels it.
It gets pumped in from. So a lot of people don't realize this, but there is an enormous water tube going underneath the Fremont Bridge, bringing water right into this very section of town that comes from the Bull Run Water Reservoir,
Totally.
glacier fed.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Did not know that.
The tap water is delicious.
Yeah, and so you have a lot of these breweries that Steven's referencing that are starting not even from ground zero. They're starting from fucking below ground zero.
Yeah.
To brew something or to make something that they are just like, I don't know. I guess we're gonna figure out how to filter it.
They're dealing
and
with
so
different
there's
challenges.
and there's
yeah.
all this this money that goes into equipment to do that in these places.
Yeah.
That it's pretty wild, and you look at Oregon and you look at what's happened over the last 30 years in the brewing industry, and it's super exciting to see that, but it's also like consumers like us who are in the industry as not consumers but also consumers because we love our beer,
of course,
to really understand we're in one of the best places for beer.
We are definitely spoiled,
and so many people go through so much more to get it to this.
Yeah, it's a different emotional exchange, I think, when you are living in Vegas and you make a mistake on a batch and you got to watch that whole thing go down to the drain.
Yeah.
There's
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's.
And Steven brings up a great point about Wren House. I think Wren House in Arizona is doing something that we had so many. This is last month. It was Wren House and Fieldwork, and we've had Fieldwork before. We know Fieldwork crushes their beer. They do such a great job. But Wren House was so well received, and obviously Steven's on the ground on a daily basis, so he can speak to this more than I can. But they were so well received.
Absolutely, yeah. And the thing that I was most impressed with them by, and this is kind of something I judge a brewery by, is their lager game.
Oh yeah.
And that's
well said.
Their lagers were absolutely stellar.
Wow.
Incredibly high quality, and you don't have much to hide behind, and when you're fighting an uphill battle, if your lagers are good, you've got my approval.
Yeah.
You got two lager nerds right here.
Yeah, we love lagers. Yeah. Lagers and stouts, baby. That's how I roll. So Steven, I gotta ask. This is something we ask everybody on the show. What beer are you drinking, and what do you like about it? Why'd you pick that?
I've got in Hume from Ghost Town.
Okay.
It is probably their most distributed beer. They're constantly making it. It's a West Coast IPA, which is the style that they are most known for.
Oh, that's 7%.
That's what I'm drinking too, by the way.
Okay.
For good reason. And their West Coast IPA is just absolutely stellar. I've never had one from them that wasn't just perfect.
Oh, nice.
Essentially.
Right on. Yeah, I went with the, just as I said before the break, I did go after that Schwarz beer by Adroit Theory. I was originally going to go with that Bergeon Imperial Coffee Stout, but man, I gotta work in the mornings.
Yeah. That Bergen Stout, that 13% breakfast on tap, I believe, is what we have down there.
Yeah.
What did we
That'll get you.
What did we get here?
That was the soulless hard ginger beer from Adroit Theory.
That ginger beer was good.
Yeah,
it was very nice.
Braun
Very
was in the
lemony.
back talking about how amazing it was, and I agree. I think it was I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be hard for me to drink more than the 2 ounces I think I drank, but it was very delicious. And
Yeah.
I could see it. So Steven, our cocktail guy here, I could see it working really nicely in a cocktail, to be completely honest.
yeah,
But,
I was thinking
okay,
the
Bronwyn,
same
hit
thing.
us. What do you got?
Yeah, I thought it was spicy, but not too spicy, and it was sweeter than I expected. Because, I mean, we're all huge fans of ginger ale.
I agree.
Which is so sweet and so yummy, but there was
and
just...
good for you.
Yeah, but the ginger beer is better for you because it's like, the spicy real ginger.
So good.
It's really good.
Yeah, it settles the stomach.
Yeah, I was
Calms the
actually
nerves.
it's called soulless, which I have a soul still after drinking it, so that's nice.
Uh-huh.
But it was pretty tasty.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty cool. I hope that's not something that they make only once.
No, so I was telling you guys about they do these ghost batches, which is essentially their way of,
but not the ginger.
They've done soulless for a good amount of time now.
Good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do you sell that downstairs?
In cans? No,
Yeah.
we just have it on draft.
Ah, snap.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't even know if they can it, to be completely honest. I'm more than happy to say when I don't know something and I have no idea if they can it or
Hey, no problems there. We can
Yeah.
always go to their website, and we encourage the fans out there in the Bruniverse to check these folks out on their social media, and reach out, find out more about the folks at Adroit Theory and Ghost Town Brewing. Steven, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So yeah, I came to Portland in 2021, coming from a background of just general service industry with pretty heavy focus on cocktails, but just a general background in general bartending as well. I always had a big love for beer.
Yeah.
And I came to Portland and was just looking for a spot to break into the industry, and that's where I came across Function.
Yeah.
Met Casey and talked, and started out delivery heavy, but was able to come in, start pouring beer, learning way more about beer than I knew, and just expanding my love of beer even more.
Yeah. I had a similar journey.
Yeah. And then luckily I was also able to bring my love of cocktails and crafting those into Function as well.
Now, Function didn't always do cocktails. When did that start? And was that your ship to
That's all Steven, man.
to Captain?
That's all Steven.
Yeah. So we first started doing it in, I want to say 23, where it was a very temporary thing, and we'd get a temporary license for like a weekend.
Okay.
And do a very short-term run of a cocktail that I'd pair with the brewery.
Okay.
And then in March of this year? May of this year.
Okay.
We got our full license for our Northwest location, and we have a pretty basic cocktail program where we've got some pre-batch cocktails, kind of hitting all your basic notes. But I still really have fun with it and craft a specific cocktail for each brewery that we bring through.
Okay.
Based on something from them, whether it be a regional thing, something to do with the theming of the brewery or something like that.
Nice.
For this month, I've got a cocktail that I basically was just pulling inspiration from the name. It's called Ghosts of Cocktails Past.
Oh.
It's a gin sour with red wine floated on top of it. It's kind of a blend
What?
of a few different. Yeah, it's really fun.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try that. I've never even heard of that. I am a fellow mixologist, and I am intrigued.
So it's kind of a blend of two different cocktails, kind of traditional cocktails, and they're kind of my favorite holiday cocktails, which kind of paired into the time of the year as well. So it's kind of a mix of a French 75 and a New York sour. New York sour is pretty much just a traditional whiskey sour with red wine floated on top.
Correct, yeah.
And I switched out that to gin and added some pear syrup. Didn't quite get the bubbles that I wanted to incorporate in there with the red wine float. Didn't quite work out, but I still took some inspiration from there. So it's basically just gin, lemon juice, pear syrup, and the red wine floated on top.
Whoa!
So Steven's gonna do this because this is what he does, and like I think this is what hopefully everyone that does that is passionate about their craft. He's not giving himself enough credit. We do batch cocktails downstairs because we are a beer bar, and we have made it. When I approached Steven with this idea, and I was like, "Hey, run this, but also like don't make it where when we get super fucking busy on a Friday night that we're shaking cocktails."
Right.
And so he put a lot of energy, time, effort, and built very amazing batch cocktails. It's not just like, we just have like a batched margarita or a batched dark and stormy or a batched whatever, old fashioned. They're very delicious, and he's not doing himself justice here or a service.
That's
and
called
so, like,
situational curation.
Absolutely. And so he's done great, and we're looking to bring the same idea, if we can figure out the food situation, at our Northeast location as well. So
very nice.
Steven, we love Steven. Like I said,
well,
I'm very happy.
One more promotion.
Let's get in there.
Cheers. This guy.
Cheers.
Hey, what was those ingredients in that cocktail again? That sounded very similar than like the Tom Collins.
No, you can't say it. No, you can't say it again because it's like you gotta pay for that now.
No one knows the recipe for my pear syrup, but it's gin, lemon juice, pear syrup.
Okay.
Which I'll never tell you the recipe for.
Well, that's a good bartender right there. You got to have some secrets.
Yeah, that's very similar to Tom Collins, which is one of my favorite cocktails.
Oh yeah.
But you do put club soda in it for the bubbles.
Yeah, I used to be more of a Negroni kind of guy, but now I think I've settled into more of an old-fashioned kind of guy.
Old-fashioned, baby. That's the first one.
Yeah. How about
More
you?
Sweet, less bitter. Manhattan's usually like my
Okay,
go-to.
I like a good Manhattan too.
With a really nice, rich sweet vermouth though. Can't just be any sweet vermouth.
Right. Yeah, you got it, and it's got to be fresh. That stuff. A lot of people don't realize that. You leave it on the bar too long.
Dude, this is turning into the Cocktail Happy Show.
It's called the Happy Show, brother.
He tickled that nerve, and that's a thing I love. I used to be very good at it. All right, well, I think
we haven't done toast to our bartender yet.
Oh yes, tell us, Casey, who do we got downstairs tonight?
Yeah,
we've only met her a couple of times.
Lucy, yeah, Lucy's fantastic. And
cheers to Lucy.
Yep.
She is really good. We like her.
Yes, Lucy's great.
Can I ask a question? Did I step out of the room when you guys talked about the new breweries for 2026? Did you guys already talk about that? We have to talk about that.
Yeah.
We can't not talk about that. We have to hear it right now.
Oh yes.
Okay.
That's a good way. Yeah, that's a good way to.
So excited.
Yeah. So first of all, thank you, Bronwyn. First of all, Lucy's fantastic. She's downstairs. We've had some amazing new bartenders come in. We've had amazing people leave this country. Logan, we lost him to Canada.
Canada.
Yeah. Adam Peck, who we love. Adam was with us for a long time. He went to New York. Jen Strunka, who we love, she went to the Midwest. It's just been a great crew that we've had at Function, and they've all decided to move on and leave this city apparently, which is cool. that's good for them. But honestly, we got some good people coming through, and I love that. But to Bronwyn's point, which she's calling me out, we did just announce our 2026.
You mentioned it earlier on the show.
I did. So we just announced our first 5 months of 2026, which is 10 breweries. And we're super stoked. I think that the craziest part about what we do at Function is we try to bring in breweries that are hard to get to, or if they are easy to get to, we're at least bringing in the things that they make that are hard to get.
Right.
And, a lot of the things that we do at Function is it's challenging. It's trying to figure out what Portland wants that's outside of the fucking door-to-door shit they have that they can get. And so Steven, I talk to Steven all the time. I talk to our team all the time. I'm like, what are, I'm not on the ground. I'm not bartending. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean that in a way of I need some feedback here.
Right.
What is happening? What do people want? And Ghost Town is a perfect example of that. People are bring Ghost Town back.
Yeah.
So we brought Ghost Town back this month, and Ghost Town, we can't even keep it on the draft lines or in the cans right now. It's amazing.
It's flying. It's flying off the menu.
It's amazing. So in looking at 2026 and keeping with the same idea of 2 breweries and we kind of leaned into that too. It's who's still there, who do we want to bring back, but also who are these up and coming breweries that we want to really feature and such. So anyways, we announced our first 5 months, and we have some really great returning breweries, as Bronwyn already mentioned, some California breweries that we're bringing back or that are new.
Okay.
So in January we're going to be with Moonlight, which is a very they're a
Moonlight.
Lager. Yep, they're a lager focused
Yes.
brand out of Northern California. And we're pairing them with Sante Adarius, which is a very much more Saison, wild ale type.
That's early upright energy.
I mean, it's honestly my selfishly, and I told this to our team. It's my favorite month because it's
we're going old school for January. It's gonna be amazing.
I'm a lager guy. Too. I'm a lager guy, and I'm a farmhouse guy, and bring that. Oh, dude, let's go. So that's January. February, we're bringing an 8-bit. So one of the folks that started 8-bit came out of Other Half, moved to California, started 8-bit. He's now moved on, but 8-bit is a fantastic IPA brewery. They do a little bit of everything. They do a lot of awesome sour IPAs, which I think is kind of lost in a little bit of what we're doing nowadays.
Yeah.
But they do a little bit of everything. They're doing Hazys, they're doing West Coast, they're doing sours. And we're partnering them with Bottle Logic, and Bottle Logic's coming back.
Okay, we remember Bottle Logic.
They were here in January of this year, and it was so well received. And maybe Steve, you could talk about kind of what Bottle Logic brought.
I mean, I've never seen bottles move like that. Their stouts and barley wines just flew like crazy. Bottles don't tend to run cheap, and they move a little bit slower than the cans, and obviously the pours and everything. They flew off the shelves.
Oh wow!
Because that is the reputation that Bottle Logic has for their stouts and barley wines.
That's amazing.
People know them, people love them, and for good reason.
Yeah.
Those are I sometimes struggle with adjunct heavy barrel aged stuff because it runs a little too sweet for me. But there's even when they're sweet, they balance it out really well. It's kind of like cocktails. It's all about balance of all the different aspects that you're bringing into the beer, and they absolutely nail it every time.
Yeah. Right. Nice.
It's amazing. And one of the things that it's a great rendition, Stephen. One of the things that Bottle Logic is also bringing is a barrel-aged barley wine that they did for our 8th anniversary.
I love a barley wine.
They did it for our 8th anniversary in August, and it just wasn't ready, so we're dropping it in February.
Hell
so
yeah.
we'll have bottles and we'll have kegs of a Function times Bottle Logic barley wine, which is going to be, it's a blackberry barley wine, which is going to be so insane.
What?
So we're doing that. And then March, we're bringing back Real Ale Revival, a.k.a. RAR. That is out of Maryland, and they're coming with Mortalis. And so like RAR has been known for their out of orders, their smoothie sours. They just brought in an entire new brew team, a new brewmaster that are like completely changing how they have approached brewing. So they're going into what they're calling their hop saturated ales. So a lot of hazy, double hazy IPAs. They're bringing back their kind of how they started with their lagers. And so that's gonna be super fun. And they're bringing in, excuse me, Mortalis, which is like, Mortalis is a brand that has been around for, gosh, you know what? Someone's gonna call me out on this podcast because I don't know how long, but a long time. Wow. And they have been crushing fantastic adjunct beers, but a little bit of everything for a long time. And so we're super excited for them. That's in March. So that's RAR and Mortalis. Then we have Other Half out of New York, which they've been known for their hazy IPA called Broccoli, which is so hilarious that they named it beer Broccoli. But
I hope it doesn't taste like broccoli.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It does have that vegetal hop feel to it, though.
That's probably where they got that name from. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And so they have, again, and this is what I'm saying, like, we talked about a little bit about, like, maybe evolving, functions evolved a little bit. Like, these breweries, like, Other Half has, like, always relied on their delicious hazy IPAs. That's what they've done. They're New England style IPAs. That's what they've done. They have completely, obviously they're going to still lean into that, but they've completely hired differently. They've changed, like, wait, what's happening in the industry right now? They have evolved. They're making now West Coast style IPAs. They're making lagers. And they're like, we want to bring that to Portland and show the Portlanders how Other Half can actually hold up to that. And that's really
Show them how
cool.
the other half lives.
Yeah, sure. Look at that. Boom. Done.
Bum.
Yeah. So Other Half's coming in with Equilibrium, which is another amazing and like insane New York brand. So they're coming to in April, and then in May we're bringing in Enegren, which is they're a lager brewery. They're very German style, and they partnered with Urban Roots, which we've had Urban Roots before. Julian Trago from Beechwood Brewing just left.
Oh, Bronwyn.
And Julian's an amazing person. I don't know the details. I'm not going to act like I do, but the fact that somehow Urban Roots landed a Julian Trago to bring in to their already amazing ownership group is wild. Wow. And so like we're bringing in Urban Roots with Enegren in May. And so it's going to be, I don't know, like I get it. I'm biased. Ooh. I get super fucking excited about like launching new brands.
It is exciting.
And I love the fact that we're bringing back a RAR in a different phase. I love the fact that we're bringing out Bottle Logic. I love the fact that we're bringing back Urban Roots. We haven't had Urban Roots. What, dude?
That was 22?
Was that 2022?
It was, I'm pretty sure it was 22.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
July of 2022, I think.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. Things have changed. So yeah, I don't know. Super excited about the first 5 months of Function 2026.
What was the name of the other lager brewery? Moonlight?
Moonlight
is a new one.
Moonlight's exciting. If you like dark lagers, you're going to be happy.
Yeah. They got a beer called Black Beer. They got a beer called Black Beer. That's just like we make a black lager, and they're just outside of San Francisco, and they're just like they're unapologetic about the fact they're like I'm gonna say something. Don't get mad at me, but like a Wayfinder, they're not like Wayfinder. Wayfinder and Moonlight are wildly different, but they're like we're gonna be a lager brewery.
I smell a challenge.
I smell a collaboration.
I almost went that way with it. That would be great.
I don't know. I love that. I love when a brewery that is just like puts their stake in the ground. They're like, we're gonna be this.
That's just next month.
Yeah, I know. All right,
That's
so
2 weeks from now.
I gotta not to put you on the spot.
Okay,
Casey. I'll usually do some changes on the show each year. We're coming on the new year, and there's already been some significant changes on the show. But one of the things that I would not like to change, if it's all right with you, is us coming to Function PDX every month. Is it all right with you if we continue this awesome party that we got going on and visit with you guys at least once or twice a month?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
We're gonna do a
Prost, baby.
for that.
Prost.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, like I said, we really appreciate what you guys do. It's a really unique concept. I think it's something that has a lot of growth potential. I mean, in my beer loving mind, I see a Function PDX in every state. In a perfect world, that'd be beautiful, a beautiful thing. In a major city in every state, that loves beer and has that kind of a market and appreciation for it. I think it's fantastic. One of the things I love about the beer community, I did cheers, so I have to drink. Pardon me. Is that you have collaborations, you have people that work in the industry. They really appreciate what they do. They really appreciate the energy and the hard work that goes into everything that we find in our glass at the end of the day. And Stephen, I can tell that you really appreciate that. Casey, I mean, it's on the windows, it's on the walls, it's on the coasters, it's on the glassware. And I think we're all people that have worked in the industry and have done what we do for as long as we've done it. Not just for the love of beer, but for the love of the people that work hard in the industry and make all of this energy worthwhile. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to do one last prost on the show to you guys and to everyone else listening. That's all right. You can take a sip of mine if you want. And to you listeners out there, thank you so much for doing what you do. Even if you aren't a brewer, even if you don't work in the industry, if you are listening to the show, you are most likely a consumer, and that's what makes it all worthwhile. So thank you so much. Give yourself a pat on the back and raise yourself a glass of whatever favorite beer you have, whether it's a lager or a stout or a Schwarzbier, or whatever it is you got going on in your glass. We do like to hear from you guys out there in the Brewiverse. Let us know on social media where you are, what you're drinking, and what it is about that brew that makes you so happy. Check us out if you want to help support the show on Patreon. And for as little as $1, you can help us pay the bar tab. For at the $5 level, we interact with you a little more. Might send you some stickers and other mementos from our adventures and include you in some Patreon stuff that we got going on. We do have a Discord channel, so if you are on Patreon, check out that. And we actually have next week a Patreon appreciation party show that we're going to be doing. And it's at none other than the McPolanders private speakeasy tap house. So these guys make beer on a beautiful, beautiful Blickman system, and they have a walk-in cooler and a beer fridge and
a tap house.
They have a literal tap house in their garage. So it's a beautiful thing, and if you are a Patreon member, you too can come and join us for these kinds of events. And we do have a new run of shirts that's coming out. I actually just went down to Salem last week, and we went to Shisha Beer, and check those folks out while I was on that run. And we have a heat press, so we're gonna be making some of our own shirts, and including that as well. So as always, beer fans, I don't just like you, I love you, and I want to have a beer with you right here at Function PDX in Northwest on 23rd Avenue, or at their Northeast location over in the Alberta Arts Districts on Alberta Avenue, and maybe at another Function PDX location that may be opening soon. So, Casey, thank you again so much for having us. I need to thank you for having us, and thank you for all the hard work you do in the industry. Stephen, again, as a fellow industry acolyte, thank you so much. Cheers. Yeah. Yeah. All right, beer fans. As always, I don't just like you. I love you. And I want to have a beer with you. Until next week, keep brewing, but brew happy. Cheers.
You heard that, Damien?
Is it weird that I'm the holder of that? Let's do this one. Yeah. The little beer,
This production is brought to you by Brew Happy Media, the ultimate brewers media resource. For more information, go to thebrewhappyshow.com and brewhappypodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube at Brew Happy. For more cigar pairings, please check out our sponsor, paulcigars.net. Questions, concerns, advertising, or guest relations, please reach us at brewhappypdx@gmail.com. Remember, brew happy, drink responsibly. Cheers.